He was covered in grease, sweat dripping down his forehead as he bent over a humming jet engine. "You have exactly 20 minutes, barked the airport security guard. Beside him stood a frantic billionaire woman in her mid-30s, her arms crossed tightly over her designer jacket, her eyes darting between her private jet and the poor young man with a box of rusted tools. Nobody believed he could fix it, but he was their last hope. Camille, 28, was a struggling aircraft mechanic from a forgotten part of town. Life had been brutal. His father passed away when he was 10. His mother sold vegetables to pay his school fees, and he dropped out of college to care for his younger siblings. But he never gave up on his love for planes. Every day after work at a local garage, he would sneak into a junkyard filled with old aircraft remains and teach himself how to fix turbines and engines, using nothing but worn-out manuals and broken tools. That morning, he was called in as a favor. "There's a jet at runway 5 with engine failure. Billionaire passenger. Big money if you can fix it." When he arrived and pulled out his dented toolbox, people laughed. The original mechanic had walked off after failing to diagnose the problem. Kamal got on his knees, pressed his ear to the engine, and began working without fear. The woman watching him was Aria Sinclair, heiress to an international airline empire. Fierce, brilliant, but weary of fake people and shallow riches. She had been flying to seal a business deal, and perhaps escape a life where no one truly saw her. But when she saw Kamal's hands, scarred, strong, steady, working with such raw determination, something in her shifted. He found a minor fracture in the turbine valve, made a makeshift replacement from scrap aluminum, tightened a bolt with pliers that should have been thrown away years ago, and prayed as he hit the ignition switch. The engine roared back to life. Cheers broke out. The jet was saved, but Aria didn't cheer. She walked straight up to him, tears in her eyes. "You saved more than a plane today," she whispered. 3 weeks later, the airport buzzed again. Kamil was called to the same runway, but this time there was no broken jet. Aria stood there in a long white dress, a ring in her hand. Kamil froze. "You reminded me what real strength looks like," she said, kneeling in front of him. "Marry me and help me fix what money never could." He said yes through tears. And just like that, the boy with rusty tools flew higher than he ever dreamed.